Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben Quann. I'm an associate broker here in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I am coming to you today with a construction video. Kind of jumped the gun when I did the whole new construction series. We're kind of backtracking now because I am here to talk to you about septic. Now, septic's a very difficult subject to talk to because a lot of people just don't understand it, but it's something that's very important, especially if you're buying a house on septic and well. You need to understand it just to realize that you're not on city water and sewers, so you can't just flush anything down the toilet. Everything is self-sustained here in the yard. It's been done by a soil scientist that will go out and dig holes and make sure that the soil can take the water that you're going to be giving to it. It's called a perk test, and that's where the water can percolate through the ground. So we're actually here at one of my listings right now. We have a septic repair going on. My poor wife, bless her heart, we just built our house. She didn't even really know how a septic works. So again, let's just go check it out now. So it's gonna be a little muddy mess because they are currently working on the drain field right now, but I'll be able to kind of explain the systems and kind of show you how it goes. So what we're currently looking at right here is a holding tank and a pump tank. Now, every system's a little bit different. Sometimes you don't need the pump tank. It all depends on gravity. Water goes downhill. So if your drain field is up above it, you actually have a pump tank that will pump the water up, and then everything's gravity fed. So right here is your holding tank. So everything will come from the house. And when I mean everything, I mean your sewage. All right, so we got your holding tank. So this will essentially fill up, say 1,000-gallon tank. So it's gonna be big. All your settlement, so think toilet paper, poop, honestly, will settle down the bottom and the water keeps filling up, and then it goes into a 90-degree pipe. And as it fills up, and then it will head over to your next tank. This tank has kind of the same system. It's a holding tank, but as it fills up, it will actually trigger a pump to go off to pump it now uphill. It's gonna be using piping like this. So as it comes uphill, then it goes into one of these things. This is called a D box or a distribution box. This is what gives you all the different lines that goes out into your yard, which is a drain field. This is gonna be your main header line. These orange markings are gonna be the different lines that are gonna be going through the yard. And this is what a main header line or a main trench line will look. Keep in mind that every system's gonna be a little bit different. This one's calling for a very deep trench. I think it's 80 inches, so it's a very deep hole. They're 60 feet long and about 80 inches deep. So you have these trenches that you'll see, and they'll have gravel backfilled, and then they'll put lines down in there that are percolated, so they have little holes in them, and then all your waste will come up through here and it'll percolate in the ground, and then Mother Nature will do its job of cleaning all your waste. Have you ever been in a yard and you've noticed that there's a couple green streaks going through the yard? Those are your trench lines, and that's natural fertilizer that's going into your yard. And here's what some of the black piping will look like. You have your house. Everything comes from the house into a holding tank. As the holding tank fills up, it will flow into the next tank. Everything from the settlement on a septic, that's pretty much anything that goes in that tank should only be coming out of you, and it should only be coming from toilet paper. So that's pretty much it. You're not supposed to be putting food grinds like in a garbage disposal. That's why a lot of houses won't have garbage disposals, because you're not supposed to be putting food, grease, anything like that, coffee grinds, you do not want in your septic system. In this case, it's a pump tank, but not in all cases it would be a pump tank. If everything's downhill, it will just go into that D box, which is that big concrete box that we just looked at. Then it will distribute to all different lines and all through the trenches, and that's how a septic really works. Now, there are other septic systems out there, and they are way too complicated and honestly need engineers to kind of explain them. But this is called a conventional system. Now, again, this one has a pump, but a conventional system is the best of the best. Everything goes downhill. If you have any questions, of course, you can always reach out to me. Now, I'm by no means a septic expert, but I do have a pretty good understanding on how a septic works. As always, like and subscribe, guys. See you on the next one.